coming this afternoon. Thanks to all of our Facebook Live friends that are here in the media. I'm a former Assembly member and former CEO of the San Jose Chamber of Commerce, Jim Canine. For more than 30 years, our town has let itself be politically divided under the simplistic and wrong construct of business versus labor. And we are sick of it. Assembled here today at this place is an unprecedented political coalition that have a single unified message. We choose Cindy. I choose Cindy. Cindy Chavez should be our next mayor. Alongside me are San Jose's most respected progressive champions and some of our city's most respected fiscal watchdogs. We have with us respected leaders of our business community and our respected union and environmental leaders. Deb Davis coined the term better together, and she's right, we are. Now, both of the candidates, major candidates for mayor, have powerful groups and people supporting them. But what is unique about this candidacy, the candidacy of Cindy Chavez, is the ideological diversity, the broad coalition, the uniqueness of this group that have assembled in this united message. And you know why? Because we understand that the problems that we face as a community are never going to be solved unless we work together. It's a special moment in San Jose political history, and we ought to seize it. We ought to elect Cindy Chavez to be our mayor. Now, here's what voters should know. Voters should know that all 9 of the council members not running for mayor endorse Cindy Chavez. Raise your hand as I call out your names, and I'll be very efficient. We have with us Vice Mayor and D1 Council Member Chappie Jones, Council Member Sergio Jimenez from District 2, District 3, Raul Perales, District 4, David Cohen, District 5, Magdalena Carrasco, District 6, Deb Davis, District 7, Maya Esparza, District 8, Sylvia Arenas, District 9, Pam Foley, District 10, here's the thing, and the serious point here is I've never seen such an unprecedented, diverse coalition come together in supporting one candidate for mayor for the past 30 years. And it's no small thing that all 9 of 10 council members not running for mayor choose Cindy to be our next mayor. Voters should also know that the 3 top runners-up in the June primary election also all endorse Cindy Chavez for mayor, and I should say top 4. We have with us Deb Davis, Raul Perales, Jim Spence, and Marshall Woodmansee. Voters should also know that the former CEO of the Silicon Valley Leadership Group and the former CEO of the San Jose Chamber of Commerce, Carl Gardino, and I support Cindy Chavez. They should know that the leader of the South Bay Labor Council and our building trades, Gene Cohen and Dave Beeney, support Cindy Chavez. Look, it's time we put petty rivalries aside and solve problems. This race for mayor isn't business versus labor. It's not moderate council members versus more progressive ones. This year, we are seeing those divides melt away because of a unique candidacy. Voters should send a clear message to elected officials of all stripes on November 8th. Get the job done. Clean up our dirty streets, put more police in our neighborhoods, build more housing, make doing business easier, and stop the pointless finger pointing and blame game. Voters will send that message by electing Cindy Chavez to be our next mayor. And now I want to bring up Cindy's opponents from the June primary, who are going to say just a couple of quick words. We have with us Councilmember Deb Davis, Councilmember Raul Perales, and Councilmember Jim Spence to say a few words on behalf of that group.
Good afternoon. I'm Councilmember Deb Davis. We need our next mayor to be able to successfully lead our city from day one. Our next mayor must have the ability to bridge the business-labor divide that oversimplifies our political thinking and prevents the good compromises that comprise real solutions, just as Jim was saying. The next mayor, most importantly, must have the ability to collaborate. I have worked with both Cindy Chavez and Matt Mahan. Cindy has a lot of experience in local politics. Her opponent has almost none. Cindy has proven her leadership during a growing homelessness crisis and through a pandemic. Her opponent has been in office almost 2 years and has gotten no major initiatives passed. Cindy has worked collaboratively with me and everyone up here today on various issues. Her opponent passes off others' ideas as his own. Cindy has earned the endorsement of every San Jose council member who isn't currently running against her, even though we have all been working with her opponent for 22 months. We choose Cindy. Lack of collaboration, lack of proven leadership, and lack of vision cannot be ignored. Governing is hard. Experience matters. I am a much more effective council member than I was when I started in 2017. We have seen nationally how a politically inexperienced businessman handled the White House and the executive branch. No successful large business hires an inexperienced business person to lead them. As voters in one of America's largest cities, we have to acknowledge that political leadership experience and the ability to successfully collaborate matter more than ideology. Especially now, when the skies are cloudy, the seas are rough, and we can't even agree that we're all on the same ship. We need an experienced leader at the helm who can get us all rowing in the same direction. I choose Cindy, knowing full well that we will not agree on every political detail. But we agree on the most important thing, that San Jose is a city that deserves to be safe, clean, and thriving, and that we need true leadership to realize that vision. I and all my colleagues, except for one, look forward to working with Cindy to realize our shared vision.
Thank you. My name is Raul Perales. I'm the council member for District 3, which is downtown San Jose and all the surrounding neighborhoods. Former candidate for mayor, but most importantly, a lifelong resident and a lifelong public service who cares deeply about our city. I too have had the opportunity to work with both Cindy and Matt, and along with Dev, Jim, and Marshall, we battled it out on the campaign trail earlier this year. And I choose Cindy for two main reasons that became cemented throughout the campaign. First, I have no doubt she will be effective in tackling our biggest challenges. She is an experienced and proven leader, as demonstrated today, has earned the confidence of a broad coalition of leaders. Simply put, this is a stark contrast from her opponent. Secondly, I made my decision from the perspective of a city employee. I served 8 years as a San Jose police officer prior to joining the council. And in fact, I'm excited to be returning to that role next year. But I'm nervous about the potential of leadership in our city, because I know what it's like to be a city employee and have a mayor make you feel unappreciated and expendable. Our public employees are the backbone of our city. When we elected officials champion policies and priorities, it is our public employees who have to actually get all the important and tough work done. Cindy not only understands the importance of fostering and valuing the relationship with public employees, she has a proven track record of success to show for it. Our city is facing some very difficult challenges, and unproven ideas or popular rhetoric are not what we need to help us succeed. We need proven leadership and a leader that intimately understands public service. It is my pleasure to be here in support of Cindy and to ensure she is the next mayor of San Jose.
Hi, I'm Jim Spence. I was a candidate for mayor, although promoted to council member, but not really. And I appreciate that, but I was a candidate for mayor, and I enjoyed working with Cindy, and I choose Cindy Chavez. I'm supporting Cindy Chavez for mayor because I worked with Cindy on various projects for more than 20 years. I've seen her commitment to San Jose residents of fully staffing a police department, which in turn made this city the safest in America. The safest in America. I'm confident she can again rebuild our police department by adding additional officers faster than the current administration. She knows that decreasing response times to citizens' calls for service is an important element so residents feel safe in their downtown, their neighborhoods, their schools, and their public areas. Cindy's been finding and implementing solutions to help our veterans and seniors with housing and health care for many years. Maintaining a clean and healthy San Jose is something I know and trust she will accomplish. Let's move San Jose back to being the safest city in America by electing Cindy Chavez for mayor.
Thank you, respected law enforcement expert Jim Spence. Appreciate it. And Sylvia Arenas has joined us as well. I introduced you earlier, and I also want to note that we have been joined, who also choose Cindy, two candidates, Rosemary Kamei and Omar Torres for City Council. Council member-elect Rosemary Kamei. And now it's my pleasure to also introduce the son of one of San Jose's favorite sons, Norm Mineta. His son, David Mineta, the CEO of Momentum Health.
Thank you very much, Jim. Good afternoon, everyone. As a nonprofit executive in San Jose, I am very, very proud to endorse my friend Cindy Chavez for mayor. For 7 years after returning from working in the Obama White House, I have worked with Cindy to improve or solve many of our area's most difficult health and social issues. She has, time and again, shown her compassion and intelligence working across silos and government levels to find solutions. I am proud to stand with many nonprofit leaders across San Jose to support Cindy for mayor. As Jim said, I'm also son of Norman Mineta, former mayor of San Jose, congressman, and two-time presidential cabinet member. My father was born and raised in San Jose, and he was a public servant his entire life, buried to the very, very last minutes of his life. And my father was also an early endorser of Cindy's run for mayor. I'd like to explain why. In the many historic and significant positions he held, if you asked him which one he loved most, he would say mayor of San Jose. He loved it because it was closest to the community he loved so much. He was able to see how his daily work helped his classmates and loved ones from Peter Burnett Middle School or San Jose High School. He could see improvements from East San Jose to the West Side, North to South San Jose. He could see the diversity of our area gaining a foothold where there hadn't been a diverse voice before. So I think it's a significant message to the voters of San Jose that one of their former mayors, a favorite son of San Jose, chose Cindy to be the next mayor of San Jose. Cindy, like Dad, brings a diversity of thought and people together to better all neighborhoods in San Jose. Look at this crowd of endorsers. Cindy is the leader we need right now in a world of crazy divisions, the leader that will bring folks together. I am proud to represent my dad and myself in this historic endorsement group for the next mayor of San Jose, Cindy Chavez.
We're now going to hear from our Vice Mayor, Chappie Jones.
Thank you. I don't have any prepared remarks because I just thought I was going to be eye candy for this press conference. There you go. But I do want to say that experience matters. Knowledge matters. Relationships matter. San Jose is facing some significant challenges. We do not need a mayor that's going to be engaged in on-the-job training. We want a mayor who's been through the fire. Cindy has learned from her successes, but she's also learned from her mistakes. And that's what's going to make her the leader that we need in San Jose to address the challenges that we face. That is why I choose Cindy. Thank you.
Thank you, Vice Mayor. Powerful. And now we're also going to hear from District 4 Council Member David Cohen.
Hi, I'm David Cohen, representing North San Jose Berryessa. So Matt Mahan is telling voters that he thinks the systems of the city are broken and all need to be revamped and rethought. He believes by virtue of being elected mayor, he will have a mandate, and with it, the power to make these changes happen, systems that have been broken for so long. Ask yourselves this question. If these were truly common sense, why is it that the mayors who have run the city for the past 16 years and hand-selected Mahan as their successor didn't make them happen? Why couldn't Liccardo and Reed get the job done, especially if those things were as obvious and easy as Mahan says? The reason is that it's not easy or obvious. The solutions are complex and require collaboration and cooperation from many entities. Our city, like all big cities across the country, is facing significant challenges. As much as we would hope, the solutions aren't found in political speak sound bites. The solutions require authentic leadership and engagement from our constituents. Sound bites and 9-point plans are intended to divide our community. We all have a role to play in solving these complex problems. I have learned in my years serving the community that things are accomplished through relationships. Relationships with the public, with staff, and with other elected officials. Cindy Chavez has a record of building relationships. Today's show of unity is proof of her unmatched ability to bring people together. Every candidate who ran for mayor, other than Cindy's opponent, is endorsing Cindy, and they cover a wide range of political views. Every member of the council, all of us who have served with Cindy's opponent, recognize what Cindy brings to the table. We often are on opposite sides on issues, and even a couple years ago, this group disagreed quite often. But on the question of who should be mayor, we all agree. I choose Cindy. Cindy Chavez is the best choice to lead our city back to its former glory as the safest big city in America. Bringing people together is how Cindy Chavez led our county to be the most vaccinated big county in the United States. It's how she brought the Board of Supervisors together to save the hospitals in South County. It's how she doubled the number of parks in downtown San Jose during her tenure on the council. It's how she led the way for Santa Clara County to have the highest rate of testing for rape kits of any county in the state of California. It's how she provided health insurance to all children in Santa Clara County. Cindy Chavez is about problem solving, and she will bring people together to address our major issues of homelessness, lack of affordable housing, and public safety. And she will help us continue to be bold as a city on policies to reduce gun violence and become carbon neutral by 2030. I am honored to stand with Cindy Chavez in the last 2 weeks of this campaign.
Great job. Powerful. That is great. And now let me just say that I choose Cindy not just because she's the most qualified person to be our next mayor. She clearly is the most qualified person to be our next mayor. But I'm also the father of a daughter, and you know what? 24 years without a woman mayor in San Jose is long enough, and Cindy Chavez should be our next mayor. My great-grandmother, and on my mother's side, and our family were Cornish tin miners. They came from Cornwall, England, and landed in San Jose to mine the quicksilver mines in the Almaden Valley. My wife, Jennifer, and I have raised our children in the Almaden Valley, and now we live in Willow Glen. We're not going anywhere, and we care about who our next mayor is. We care deeply that it be Cindy Chavez, and you've heard today why that choice and that contrast is so clear. You've seen that all of the colleagues on the city council are supporting Cindy. You're seeing conservative, moderate, and progressive members and leaders of our community support Cindy Chavez. Vice Mayor Chappie Jones is right. Knowledge is power, relationships matter. Cindy Chavez is the person that will lead us into the future. Ladies and gentlemen, Cindy Chavez, our next mayor.
I am so honored to be standing with this amazing group of leaders. These are people who have given their life to public service, each and every one of them. Let's give them a huge round of applause. These are labor leaders and political leaders and business leaders and environmental leaders and new elected officials. I'm so honored, and candidates. I'm so honored to be standing with them. I want to start by just telling a very quick story about San Jose. You know, San Jose was the first large city in the country to be a majority of no single ethnicity. And the reason that's so important to know is that everything we do requires us to be more strategic, more thoughtful, more inclusive than most cities in the country, or we wouldn't be able to create an environment that is safe where people can thrive. So here's my quick story. When I ran for city council many moons ago, and I lived just down this street, I actually got prompted to run because of an act of violence that happened in front of our home. And as I was interviewing all the candidates running for mayor, I'm city council at the time, I was asking them a lot of questions. But one of the questions I was asking them about was what were they going to do to rebuild Horace Mann School, which you can just see a little down the block. And the reason I was asking them about that is that Horace Mann School was a school that was covered with portables. Everything was temporary. And what that meant was for the kids and the teachers who used that school, it looked like nobody respected them and nobody cared for them. And every candidate told me they would talk to the school district to see what the school district could do about it. But the fact of the matter is, what it took was the city of San Jose, the redevelopment agency, San Jose Unified, and parents coming together for a vision that reflected the absolute respect and lifting up of a community that hadn't been looked at for a long time. The way I look at San Jose is with that same sort of tenacity and focus and energy. We have parts of this city that have felt ignored, people who don't see themselves reflected in our policies. They don't see their role in the community. And it isn't because these men and women haven't been trying behind me. It is because from a leadership perspective, if you want to make change, you have to go first. If you want to make change, you have to include everybody. If you want to make change, you have to have purpose and focus. We can make San Jose the safest big city in America again. We can make it the cleanest big city in America. We can build affordable housing and we can continue to address homelessness, only do it faster if the city and the county could work together. I'm running for mayor of San Jose because I believe, working with these good men and women and neighborhood leaders across the city, that we can make San Jose shine again. I am so honored to receive these endorsements. Every single one of them has great meaning to me. I want you all to know that you will be so proud of your city. You will be so proud of the leaders standing behind me. You will be so proud of your neighborhood. Thank you, VTA. You are going to be so proud of this place you've chosen to raise your families, grow your businesses, grow old, go to school, or go to church. You will be so proud. And why? Because we are better together. Thank you so much. I'm so honored to have your support.
Any questions? Yeah. Well, thank you all for coming. We're going to be all around for one-on-one interviews, but we'll also be happy to take any questions right now before we move to that. Are there a question here? Yeah.
For current members of the council, I'm wondering if anyone can weigh in on that Mayhan's proposal to tie council member pay to different metrics on homelessness, public safety. If anyone has reaction to that. And then Supervisor Chavez, we had a big earthquake here in San Jose today. I'm wondering if there's any update from the county side you could share.
Yeah. Raul Perales will answer that question.
Thank you.
At least the first part. So we just had a.
You want to repeat the question? I should have.
Sure.
Sure, yeah. The question is basically Matt Mahan has proposed a plan to tie councilors' pay to different performance metrics and basically the actions.
Yeah. So the question was how candidate Mahan's proposal or idea on tying the pay of council members, actually city employees as well, to performance and performance. And I will say the council unanimously, including Matt Mahan, just voted to approve those very same raises that he's talking about, which are simply cost of living increases that actually are not even keeping up with the cost of living here in the Bay Area. And these are for highly educated, highly skilled, highly qualified city employees, as well as my officials on the council. We actually fought for years to make this a decision that was out of our hands. And we put it in the hands of the voters, much like in Santa Clara County. That decision passed overwhelmingly by voters here in San Jose. The decision is now theirs. An independent body looks at that and reviews that. It should not be in the hands of any one person, certainly shouldn't be in the hands of one mayor, nor this council.
Well articulated. Is there another question of the council members or anyone assembled? Any other questions? Anyone else like to make a comment? Anyone else want to make a comment? Okay, great. Then we'll, with no other questions at the moment, we will disband, end the press conference, but we're here to answer questions. Yeah. Oh, David Mineta would like to.
I just want to make clear again, on behalf of Dad, that the Minetas choose Cindy.
We'll end the formal part of the press conference, and thank you all for coming. Thank you all on Facebook Live. And now Cindy will be here to answer any questions that you have.
Do you know about that?
Yes, we're going to do a picture and then I'll do that, okay?
Go ahead.
Well, I'm very, should I have it translated to you? You want Betty here with me? Okay. So I'm very, very excited to ask the Vietnamese American community for their vote. And in addition to the work that we've done to establish the Vietnamese American Service Center and the Healthy Nails Salon, and making sure that we're funding our nonprofits to provide nutrition and other services to the community, which I've been honored to do, and we put in money for the Thank You America statue, so we're gonna finish this statue. We're gonna make sure we complete the Vietnamese Heritage Gardens, and we're gonna make sure we have services for seniors.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.